So if you've watched my video on the 1930 penny, you'll know that that's probably Australia's most famous rare coin. But there is one that's even rarer, and it's actually gold as well. So for today's video, I've actually gone down to the vault. I've literally gone to the vault to pull out an incredibly rare coin, and one that I think is actually a little more interesting than the 1930 penny. So today we're talking, of course, about the famous Adelaide Pound. So this little gold coin here is worth just under 30,000 Australian dollars, which is actually quite good value for something this rare. And let me tell you a little more about that. So in the mid 1800s, Victoria was having a gold rush, and a lot of people from Adelaide were making the trip over to Victoria to seek their fortunes and things like that. And as a result, the Adelaide economy was really struggling. So what they did is they put together a bullion act. The whole act took Parliament just 2 hours to put through, to pass. And as a result, they were paying a higher rate for the gold than they were in Victoria, which was incentivizing people to come back to Adelaide with their gold and have it assayed. So what was happening initially was they were producing little ingots with a stamped weight and purity, which were not very popular, and they are incredibly rare if you can get the originals of those. But what followed on from that was Australia's first ever gold coin, which was the Adelaide Pound. So let's talk about the grade of this coin. So this particular coin is an MS61, so it's been graded by PCGS. As we learnt in one of the other videos, that is the professional coin grading service, and MS refers to mint state, so it is in a comparable state as the day it was struck, which is incredibly exciting to have in a coin of this age. I realise when you look at the world market, 1852 doesn't seem that long ago, but in Australian currency history, when you consider this is effectively Australia's first gold coin, it's quite exciting to have something like that in that sort of quality. There are currently, I think there are about 86 coins of this type that have been graded by PCGS. So that tells me that it's becoming more and more popular for coins at the upper range of the Australian coinage market, getting put into these slabs and graded to have that extra level of assurance and a guarantee from a third party that what you have is indeed genuine. And as a result, I think we'll see more and more enter the population report. And it also serves to give people a clearer idea on the exact figures that are available. So whilst it's generally been accepted that there are about 200, I think there may be a few more. We may be looking more at 250 to 300, but as time goes on and more of these coins get graded, we'll get a clearer picture on that as well. You may have heard that there are two types of the Adelaide Pounds. There is a type 1, which can be identified by a different font. It's actually a slightly different design altogether. There's also a famous crack towards the top. Those coins start out at around about $100,000 and go up from there, because I think there's only about 15 or 20 of them that remain. And then on to the type 2, which is what we have here today. So its estimates are around 200 of these remain. 24,648 of the Adelaide Pounds were produced, which was approximately 6,358 ounces of gold that were processed at the Adelaide Assay Office, which in today's value would be over $16 million. So the whole process, whilst laborious and it would have been a lot of hard work, it was worthwhile in the end. And it actually, a lot of people state that it actually helped Adelaide, stay afloat in a time when they were really struggling. So overall, the venture was worthwhile and a success. Although interestingly, shortly after all of the Adelaide Pounds were produced, it became apparent that the gold value exceeded the face value by about 10%. So unfortunately, the vast majority of them were melted down. A lot of them were sent back over to London and they were repurposed. I imagine turned into sovereigns and things like that. But it was quite a short-lived coin, and as a result, an incredible rarity and something that I feel incredibly privileged to be able to handle. It is not every day that you get to see something like this. And so if it's the type of thing that you're interested in, unfortunately, this particular example is now spoken for. It has already sold. But here at Thompson's Coins, I'll live to please. If you're interested in this type of thing, if you have an interest in any old Australian rarities or anything from anywhere in the world, get in touch. You can reach me directly at matt@thompsonscoins.com, or you can use our Contact Us tab on the website. I'll put links in the description. I'm always happy to discuss this sort of thing. Even if you're just looking at building up a collection, or you're just interested to learn a little more, I'm always happy to have a chat and give you any information you'd like. Similarly, if you have any interesting old rare coins, Australian or otherwise, put a comment in the comment section and let me know about it. I'd be really keen to learn a little bit more about your collection. You don't have to tell me if you want to keep it private, no worries at all. Maybe just drop a like. It means a lot to me and it helps the channel a lot. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.